Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, and this is the morning market preparation video for September 6th, 2018. So yesterday we had a really nice hold by the bulls, and all the indexes, they really kind of held support levels, although there was some significant pressure placed on the NASDAQ yesterday. So let's take a look. First off, we have pulled back toward this March high here in the Dow. Pulled back toward it. We're holding onto this trend as I have it drawn. And notice that we've put in a little hammer and a little follow through yesterday to the upside here on the diamond. So the diamond's holding up pretty darn strongly, which is interesting in the, that is going on when we face that potential of a $200 billion tariff against China. But so far the market doesn't seem all that concerned about that, and the bulls are still holding on very, very strongly here at support. That's a great sign. It's exactly what we want to see. Now what's going to be important is that we get some follow through, and this morning we're seeing the bulls have a little bit of energy to push forward. Asia markets were down across the board last night, but European markets are holding on to kind of flat, mixed gains right now. And if you take a look, we're looking, at least at this moment, just a slightly bullish open here on the Dow. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the SPY. Now the SPY did not do as well as the Dow did yesterday. However, it did test this trend line as I have it drawn. Remember, that could be drawn in many different ways. And a trend line, these lines that I draw on the chart really should be very wide, very thick lines. It's an area, not an exact line. But what's interesting is yesterday that came down, kissed that trend line, and bounced off of that trend line yesterday. So that's a good sign. On the other side of that, we do have to recognize that every single one of these days are lower highs and lower lows. So our trend is still down, and we have not reversed that, at least for the moment. So we need to see that follow through. Unfortunately, this morning we're not getting that follow through in the SPY. Little teeny tiny bullishness in the futures here, and the futures on the SPY were actually negative just a few moments ago. So we're basically flat here on the SPY. Now that could be just another rest in here, but that rest can in here where we don't get follow through to a nice pattern like this can certainly embolden the bears to push and test again that downside. Let's hope that doesn't occur. Let's hope those bulls come in and really show some strength here. But we will have to be careful. Okay, so let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs had a full-on bear attack yesterday, and wow, lots of selling happened here in the Qs with a lot of things pulling back. Now the good news is that we held on to this price support. This is our breakout high right here, and we've also held on to this new trend trajectory here. And as long as we can hold in here, we'll be in good shape. However, if we cannot get some follow through here in the Dow, in the SPY, we could see those bears take another attack at this. And breaking down through this trend and through support could be a critical thing for the market, because if we start losing some of those support levels, that could really inspire those bears. And so we want to watch that closely. Hopefully we get that those bulls remain tenacious and stay strong, holding above this level, because we don't want to see that give up. So watch that one closely. That would be the place that if the bulls don't push and follow through, we want to stay pretty focused here on the Qs just in case we start seeing some selling going on here. So watch that carefully. On IWM also had a sharp move down yesterday, but notice those bulls did a really good job here, and they pushed back up. Unfortunately, we're not getting much follow through to that today. Just a little tiny bump here. The futures are just light today. Now, why could that be? Well, number one, we have the cloud of a potential $200 billion tariff that has been threatened, possible this week. So watch that. And we also have the big unemployment situation number on Friday. And it happens every once in a while that the market just kind of stalls, gets quiet, light price action, choppy price action as we wait for that employment situation number. So it is also possible that we could get through kind of the morning rush. All the news comes out and the market just kind of stalls and chops around as we wait for that Friday number and the possibility of, you know, that tariff being launched. So watch that closely. Be careful not to overtrade, because if that tariff were to come out, we could really see the market react negatively to that. So be careful not over trading this market. Let's take a look at the VIX. Now that VIX did kick up here just a little bit yesterday. And you can see we have so far held on to this inverted head and shoulders pattern, and it's trying to play itself out here in the VIX. So a little concern, not tremendous concern, just a little bit of fear here in the market. Remember, we need to see this level right in here hold as resistance. If we do rally up, we need that to hold. So keep an eye on the VIX. Let's take a look at T21.22. T21.22, that 4-week new high, new low ratio. Plot that as a line, and you can see we still have confusion here. Doggone it. Not giving us much for clues here on the T21.22. We're right here dead center in the middle, which means we have plenty of room to move up. We also have plenty of room to move down. So no big clues here in T21.22. So we have to watch price action very, very closely for those clues today. Let's take a look at the economic calendar today. We have a bunch on the calendar today. Real busy day. I have ADP report coming out this morning. Now, I got to be honest, ADP has been so far off here lately that it's really losing its importance. But, you know, we always want to keep an eye on it. ADP Employment report. They're expecting a decline from their last estimate in jobs. Jobless claims looking good. Jobless claims are expecting just a slight increase, coming up off of a 50-year low last week. So certainly employment is strong. Productivity and costs are expected to look pretty good today. Factory orders and ISM also expected to look pretty good today. And then we have the EIA, natural gas and petroleum reports today, which are not forecasts forward, but have lately showed a build in supplies that could be a little bit rough on oil and gas prices if that trend continues. And then we have the Fed balance sheet here at 4:30. Everything else in here would be unlikely to move the market today. We have a pretty substantial earnings calendar today as well. The earnings calendar has about 50, just short of 50 companies reporting earnings today, with some big ones like Broadcom reporting after the close today. So kind of keep an eye on those earnings reports. PanW is another one that's reporting. GME is reporting. So you'll want to kind of keep an eye on those earnings reports today. So with that, everyone, hey, I want to wish you all a great day. I want to wish you great profits. And let's just be a little bit careful here. Let's not rush in too heavily into the market with this pending news that could well, who knows what it could do. We're at that point where we could see a nice bounce higher, a nice move higher, and we need to see that follow through. We need to see those bulls push that through to the upside. But we're also at that point where we could see those bears really attack and start cracking some of these support levels. So be careful in how active you trade. And like I said, just be careful not to overtrade this market. Everyone, have an awesome day. And if this is the first time you've seen these videos, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow me button on Facebook. Click those thumbs up buttons and drop a comment. Always, always, always feel free to share this video with any friends and family. There's never a commercial on here. There's never going to be. I make no money from these videos. This is just my way of helping others do a better job in preparation for their trading day. So if you find that useful, please take the time to subscribe. Everyone, take care of yourselves. We will talk to you bright and early Friday morning as we wait for that employment situation report. Take care, everyone.